What's up, everyone? I'm Giovanni. Welcome to another Cointelegraph AMA. Today, I'm here with Dan Khomenko, CEO of NFT Stars. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you so much for having me today. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be with you guys, and it's nice to meet you, Giovanni.
It's a pleasure for me. So, NFT Stars is an NFT marketplace that recently launched a new collection of NFT avatars called Sidus, the city of NFT heroes. But NFT Heroes is not just a collection of avatars. It is meant to be also a yield farming service and a DeFi gaming platform all together. So this is a very exciting project, guys. And today we're gonna break it down. We have Dan here explaining how it works. So this is an interactive show. Don't forget to write your questions in the chat, and we're gonna ask Dan about them. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it already. So let's get immediately into it then. Can you give us an overview of what NFT Heroes Avatar Collection is?
Thank you. Long story short, it's the generative art collection that is made by more than 200 artists in the last 2 months. We have an amazing business partner, NFT 256 studio, in the leadership of the very well-known and very professional art director Maxim Vavaev. He's a art director from the previous companies he worked for Disney Studio, etc. And he was able to create a very interesting and very complicated generative AI system protocol that allowed us to mix up 10,000 elements together, made by more than 200 artists from his studio, and make these amazing NFT Heroes, which is a part of our future upcoming game called Sidus, the City of NFT Heroes. The game that is coming up in about 3 to 4 months. It's the game that is similar to Marvel Strike Force and Mortal Kombat. It's a full-on 3D graphics made by our department of game developers, with more than 70 developers working on it now. And if you possess the hero, you have an access to the game. That's the rule, right? So the hero, it's not just a part of this generative art collection, but it's also part of this huge utility case that you can possibly use within our ecosystem. So you have an access to the game that is coming up. Keep in mind, the game is not just a Tamagotchi style, 2D pixel stuff, but it's a proper full-on web GPU game with amazing 3D graphics, with a huge number of abilities, the variation of different characters and development pathways. There will be a whole bunch of different arenas in many different landscapes made by amazing artists. And there are a lot of Easter eggs, championship tournaments inside, etc., etc. So you can become an owner of the business inside of this game by purchasing even the battle arena that you can land for the championship, and many other things as well. So I'm really excited about it because we've been thinking a lot about this game, and it took us a while to execute it. Now it's going really well so far. We have a strong community support from around the world, and it was awesome to sell out our collection very quickly, which we've done in the first drop. We've sold out the first drop in literally 7 minutes. And we had more than 3,000 characters sold out. Those characters are not just a part of this game, they're also having a lot of different use cases. For example, by purchasing the character, which you would be able to get on the OpenSea under the Sidus NFT Heroes collection, you would be able to stake this hero and stake it and get a native in-game currency coming to your wallet via the shadow technology, the shadow staking technology made by our other company and other project called spaceswap.app. And the shadow technology is basically preventing you from getting rug pulled by those dodgy people who are trying to steal your LP tokens and your NFTs. So we've made this technology that allows people to keep their NFTs inside of their wallet and do not stake it on the third-party platforms, even our platform. So all you need to do is just to buy the hero, keep it in your wallet, and activate farming. And then the farming will come in the amount of tokens every single block that is being mined on the Ethereum network. the game itself, it's a cross-chain game, right? So we don't just work on the Ethereum network. We have business partners like Avalanya, our investors in the marketplace, NFT Stars, and business partners like Polygon. So we're going to work with these guys as they're amazing platforms. They're very efficient specialists and they're professional in the industries. We're going to work with Avalanya and Polygon by integrating their chains inside of our game. And we're gonna work with these two chains when it comes to the execution of NFT abilities and some different playing abilities inside of the game would also be done by the Avalanya and Polygon as well. The art collection is quite unique, I would say, because obviously every single thing, as I said, is made handmade by more than 200 artists. You can imagine how much time they've spent. I've shared a lot of different videos in the Twitter, how people spend their time drawing these little elements, drawing the characters. And it's just an amazing experience. I think it's an amazing journey for all of us who've made this collection overall. And it's just, it's an exciting process as well, because we deliver something unique to people. It's a legacy. We are at the start of something huge, and we're building this game with the purpose to allow people to make money inside of our game by playing the game, earning money, and helping their families. Like we see a lot of demand coming from those countries like Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, etc. Those people are willing to play. They can't travel anymore because of the COVID-19, but they need to make money, right? So how do you make money? Well, the good way to do it now is to play the games and make money, and then you can feed your family and help your relatives and do anything you need with this money. And the Axis Infinity was a good example of it, right? So many people using it as a profit-making machine for themselves to make money, to make a salary for themselves, and do some good things. So it's a great social impact that we can do by our gaming development, and the game that we do is not an exception. It's definitely going to deliver some very good things to people, and people will definitely enjoy an amazing process of playing this game as well.
Okay, yeah,
That's
that was
nice
like
summary.
a very good summary, a lot of information there. So I want to just break down a little bit all this big information. And first of all, I want to address the topic of DeFi gaming. So we know that NFTs, as you mentioned, are not just pieces of art, but now they are becoming more and more like the protagonists of a new gaming space in DeFi. And your project is developing also that functionality. So we know that that there is a very famous NFT game right now, which has already gained quite a big popularity, which is Axie Infinity, and many people probably in the audience are already aware of that game. So maybe you can go deeper into how your NFT game will be similar to Axie Infinity and how it will be different. Like, what are the differences and similarities?
I think it's important to put a lot of emphasis that we're not trying to be similar. We try to be different, right? So I like Axie Infinity. They've done an amazing work, right? So it's a great team, and they've showed everyone that, hey, if you work and you dedicate your time, you can achieve a great result. And the 1.1 billion profit that they've achieved, that was a great indication for all of us in the crypto industry that, the NFT gaming industry is moving into the right direction, right? So what makes my game different? Well, I have a very specific niche, right? It's a fighting game, which is a Mortal Kombat / Marvel Strike Force game that is mixed together with NFT cards and arcade / RPG style as well. It's not like you're having a little pet or an animal that you have to breed and then do some tasks or a variety of different tasks and then achieve a certain level and then repeat a whole action again to achieve some receive some currency right inside of this game. We are making the game with, first of all, a lot of different landscapes, right? It's once again, it's a pure, full-on 3D graphic game that is not saving money on the impression, because the first impression is the key. We're spending a lot of money. We're talking about millions of dollars we're spending now to make this game and to make the first impression absolutely astonishing. So when you purchase that NFT hero, when you access this game, you're jumping into a completely different immersive experience, which will just, cover you around, and you will enjoy playing the game. You are not doing the repetitive action over and over again. There is a whole bunch of different variations of development inside of the game. You can do a single player, you can do a multiplayer, you can do guilds against guilds gaming. There will be some tournaments which you will spend 3 or 4.5 hours playing, and you have to move up in the hierarchy of different fighting arenas. There will be a prize pool inside of every arena. So when you fight against the other player with some unique abilities and you win the fight, you obviously not just get a reward in the NFTs, but also you get a prize reward in the cryptocurrency, which comes to your wallet. And that is another way for you to make money. The execution of skills and the weaponry and accessories inside of the game is also done in an amazing way. So like you will have a number of different skills and abilities to, for example, shoot an opponent with the like a special blaster, and there will be like a huge explosive effect, or use a laser sword to attack your opponent. And then everything is done in a way to make like the whole process as colorful, as bright, as amazing as it's possibly to do right now with the current latest technologies. And we are using the VAP GPU tech, which means that you can access this game from any device. That could be your iPhone, Samsung, your PC, or your Apple Pad, anything really. But it's accessible from any device, even your Windows 98. Don't expect a good quality though, but you can still play the game. That's the way it is. The only thing you need is just an internet access. That's it. Internet access, and you're getting into the game. The landscapes will amaze you as well. Like we are building a huge number of arenas where people can fight against each other. There will be like in the space, under the water, and the mountains, in some amazing like fantasy worlds that you will just enjoy seeing things around, not just fight against each other, but the arena itself will be like a masterpiece of art made by different artists around the world who are currently working in it. And as I said, we are trying to make the game that has a long-term effect. So we're not trying to make a game that just allows people to make money, but we want to make a game that is at the same level as we play like games on the PlayStation or Steam and the other places as well. So we are dedicating all of our time now to make something extraordinary.
That's awesome. So I'm looking forward to see these high-level graphics and all this kind of amazing gameplay experience, because I think that combining gaming and blockchain technology is a great idea, and it's good that you are putting a lot of efforts into basically providing like a great gaming experience besides the blockchain part. And so
absolutely, Giovanni.
So I was actually looking at some of your heroes, and I was seeing that most of them represents certain parts of the blockchain space. Like you have heroes that are from the Bitcoin planet, and maybe you want to guide us through this universe that you created.
Absolutely. So the philosophy behind it is to pay a respect towards the entire crypto industry, right? We've been in the crypto industry for the last 7 years. We've been working with a whole bunch of different companies like Japan Airlines, Foxconn that assembles iPhones for Apple, Lotus Energy, one of the biggest energy suppliers in Australia. So we work with different companies, and we know how crypto world works, right? And we respect every single leader in that industry, because we are the initiators, we are the creators of this amazing metaverse, the crypto metaverse that combines so many different chains, projects, etc. So as a gesture of respect, inside of our game, you will see different planets that represent different heroes. Why do we call them NFT heroes? Is because every hero is attached to a particular planet. Like we have Ethereum as an Etheredus, or Avalanya as an Avalanya. So every planet is attached to a particular blockchain. Ripple, Cardano, like Solana, every single Polygon, all of those different blockchains. And inside of the heroes, there are a lot of Easter eggs. So when you check the heroes, there are a lot of little elements attached to top 150 crypto companies in the world. So maybe you will see the hero with the suit from the Etheredus Ethereum planet, and the watches are coming from Curve Finance, or earrings are 1 inch, for example, or the helmet is dedicated towards Chainlink, right? So we have little elements that makes it really interesting to look. When you spend at least 10 to 15 minutes looking at your character, you just enjoy it, right? You want to see something that makes you happy, and you want to dedicate your time by collecting those heroes that you can use in the future. Now, important part for me was to create like a universe of different Bitcoin, like a cryptocurrency planets, and those heroes are coming into one city called Sidus, right? The translation is the star from the Latin, and the Sidus is the city where those heroes are meeting each other. They're trying to work and live with each other, but overall, that combination of different characters from different planets still creates a lot of conflicts, and there are a lot of discontent happening between those heroes. And instead of building a society, they're trying to fight against each other to achieve some new abilities, some new skills, and get as many rewards as possible. So when you will have your hero, you will be attached to a particular blockchain or a particularly dedicated metaverse that is attached to a planet around it with certain skills, certain abilities, etc., etc., etc. And those heroes right now, maybe they're not the most expensive items in the generative art collection industry, but eventually, once the game is launched, those heroes will be priceless because the original collection will always stay the same. We have a maximum of 6,000 heroes. We have 4,500 original heroes, level 1 heroes, as we call it. We have level 2 heroes as is rare heroes. There are only 1,000 of those. And there are legendary heroes, which is only 500 of legendary heroes. So you can't buy rare or legendary heroes. You can only modify your original hero to get a rare or a legendary hero. And in order for you to get a level 2 or level 3 character, you have to buy an upgrader or like a galaxy modificator, which means once you buy this little box, you go to the nftheroes.app website and you press upgrade, and you select the hero which you want to upgrade, and then you select the modificator which you want to use, and then you press upgrade. And the Chainlink VRF system gives you randomly one of the rare or legendary heroes that you can use for a variety of different things. As I said, it could be staking or a participation in the upcoming quest called NFTmaniaquest.com. It's a series of different riddles and quests that if you win the prizes, which is awesome. We've done it before in February this year. We had 20,000 participants. Now we're doing it again. Which we do expect more than 50,000 participants, and the partnership with the biggest community from Clubhouse called NFT.tips. Those guys, they have more than 50,000 participants in the Clubhouse, and they're actively working in the NFT industry. So we're making these riddles and puzzles now to launch version 2.0 quest, nftmaniaquest.com, which will also be a part of these NFT heroes. So you can only participate in certain quests and series of puzzles if you possess the hero. Otherwise, you don't have an access to it. So there are a lot of different use cases that we've done and created to combine decentralized finances, play to earn NFT industry, and generative art approach. So it's a mixture of 3 different elements together. And by the way, sorry, totally forgot to mention, Giovanni, it's a DAO community, right? So which means if you possess hero, you would be able to vote on the crucial decisions inside of the game, right? So it's your voting power. 1 hero equal to 1 voting power as well. That will be launched soon.
Yeah, I see that there are a few questions for the audience that are interested in the background. So in the blockchain industry.
I do apologize, Giovanni. Can you please repeat the question because the connection is playing off a little bit?
Dan, can you tell us a bit of background in crypto?
Okay, no worries. So basically, I'm an entrepreneur. I previously worked for an Australian government in the past. And then 7 years ago, I have started to work as an advisor, and I started to help companies to get localized in the Asia Pacific region because I speak Chinese. I speak quite a few Asian languages, and I started to work with a lot of different European companies to help them, like startups, blockchain startups, to help them to get localized in the Chinese and in the Asian part of the markets as well. And then slowly we've established with my business partner, we've established a consultancy, and the consultancy started to help people to get listed on exchanges, to get a foot inside of the Solidity programming. So we helped a lot with the development, the software development in general. And then the company, the consultancy started to grow a lot. Like we've grew from almost 7 people to, I would say, 60 people in a very short period of time. It was within 3 months from the opening the company. And then a few months later, we started to work with some big companies. So we had some orders coming from Korea, from the K-pop industry. So we worked with various of different projects like Z-pop. We worked with Foxconn in Taiwan. We worked with some Australian companies to help them to build some software products in the blockchain industry. And then we hired a lot of different blockchain engineers. So we started to work on a variety of different languages, including Haskell, which is a part of a Cardano development. We started to work with Rust developers, Web3, Vue, Solidity in general, Java, PHP, etc., etc. So we started to do a lot of different products, and eventually from the consultancy, we became a software development company. My job was as an executive to travel around the world, to meet people, to listen to their objectives and their requests, and then execute it in a very efficient manner and deliver it to my software development guys to make the products that our clients want to get. And yeah, that's how basically our company started to hire a lot of engineers, and now we possess currently more than 200 engineers that are working on a variety of different products, including NFT Heroes app. We are working on the NFT Stars app, which is the Australian marketplace, one of the biggest Australian marketplaces right now. We made a SpaceSwap app project, which is a decentralized finance aggregator that aggregates different services in one place. And we started to launch some other projects, like, for example, one of my business partners just launched a project called Marnator. It's the project that is being managed by DAOmaker, and they're doing currently an IDO and doing a special leverage, X5 leverage on the decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap and Uniswap. And they've got a pretty cool technology there as well. That's why DAOmaker is doing an IDO for them. So we do a lot of different projects, and we do a lot of different products, right? So we have a lot of artists. As I said, we have more than 200 artists we work with. We have an amazing art director, and we do a lot of AMA sessions, and we also do a lot of video streaming in the NFT industry. We are actively participating in the Clubhouse and share our knowledge as much as we can, and learning from others as much as we can as well. So that's just a bit of a background for you guys.
Thanks, Dan. So before we go back to the discussion regarding NFT Heroes, I wanted to hear your opinion about the industry of NFTs overall, because a lot of people might be asking themselves in the chat whether it's worth to get into NFTs. They see this environment becoming more and more popular and booming, but some people are wondering whether this is going to be like a bubble, so maybe it's not wise to get into it now. What is your vision about the NFT space? And what is your vision about it?
So my feeling is, and the impression that I'm getting so far, let's say we're getting started from Bored Apes, right? I highly respect these guys. In April this year, they've made this collection called Bored Apes, and people laughed at them. People just didn't take them seriously. I knew them from the start. I've listened to them in the Clubhouse all the time, trying to understand what they're trying to sell. And they're basically selling a brand, a collection, a brand that is attached to their generative art collection. It's not the game, but it's a brand, right? So that's one angle that you can look at the current industry right now. A lot of those generative art collections, they're brands, right? We're talking about like Oniforce, Seven Suns, Bored Apes, etc. Like CryptoPunks as well, right? It's a brand. It's not the game. There is no use case for it unless they create it. It's just a collection that allows you to get access to the private Discord club or things like this, right? That's cool. I like it. But there are just too many collections right now. So the problem now we see is that every day we have tens and hundreds of collections coming up on the market. People buy it, people speculate it on it, and they try to make a quick dollar out of it. I totally understand that. That's a great thing, but that's the temporary vision, right? What we are looking from the other angle, what we're seeing from the other angle is the Axis Infinity, for example, or games like Alluvium or Star Atlas, right? Those games are making something extraordinary. They're opening our vision towards a completely new gaming industry that is called NFT play to earn, right? Previously, those big companies like, we're talking about Sony or a whole bunch of others, they haven't thought of creating a game that has an ability to make you money, or they had limitations because they haven't integrated any blockchain tech, or they haven't integrated their cryptocurrency inside of the game. That's why it was creating a lot of difficulties when it comes to buying an armor or having some item from the metaverse to be integrated inside of the game. It was a bit of a struggle. Now, what we're seeing, including companies like Sandbox, etc., they're creating a metaverse, right? It's not the best quality. It's more of a Minecraft style, but they're creating a metaverse that shows people and proves that you don't need to have the best quality graphics to make people interested. If you have an ability to make people money and give them that experience to play, even my friends, like they're mid-40s, right? And they're still playing games now in the NFT industry. Previously they have never had an interest to play a PlayStation game, but now they're playing Axis Infinity, for example, to make about $400 a week, right? That's a good indication to me as a game creator to see that this industry is moving towards creating a game space which will have two different effects, right? It provides a great gaming experience which you can enjoy, and secondly, you can make money. So it's a public goods funding. It's the social impact that allows people to get rid of poverty in certain places that struggle financially. And I see that's a good thing, right? Even Vitalik Buterin talked about it, public goods funding and many other things. We see the trend is changing from generative art collections as a brand towards more of a gaming space. And even Bored Apes created their own little game that you have to play to win a little thing inside of it. So they are realizing that, hey, besides collection, they can spend money on making a game and making even more interest towards their society, towards their community. So I believe strongly that we're at the early stage of what's been happening previously, for example, with decentralized finances. Back in September last year, people laughed at us. They were saying, what the hell are you doing? What are these shadow technology is? And then in February this year, suddenly, one day, our token went up from 0.01 cents to $5. And then Ivan and Tech started to talk about us, Curve Finance, 1inch, et cetera, right? And it's a good indication that people are always far behind the actual trend. And those people are creating games now. Those people are advancing towards the future, because once we build the games, once we have a lot of people playing them, adults, kids, doesn't really matter which age is that, those big companies will move in, and there will be a lot of acquisitions happening. There will be a lot of takeovers. There will be a lot of things happening inside of this NFT play to earn game industry, and we will see a huge, tremendous interest towards this space. I believe that's going to be the next progression towards the development in the NFT industry.
Cool. And for people that might not be aware of how it's possible to make money in games, maybe you can tell us the actual procedure with which you can make money with your game.
Absolutely. With my game, for example, simple. You buy the hero, you develop the hero, you play the game, you level it up, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. What happens is IPFS, the backend that we have, will correspond to your properties on the OpenSea. Your hero will increase the level, which means it increases the rarity, which means the value of your hero goes up, right? Then you level up your hero, then you've had enough, you don't want to play anymore, you can sell your hero. And there'll be plenty of players who don't want to develop anything, they just want to buy a ready-to-go hero, and they will buy it from you for a lot of money, right? So that's one use case. The other use case is you battle against the other player. You've got a pretty cool hero, full on full weaponry, full accessories, a whole bunch of different weapons you have. And there is another hero that plays against you, and you want to make a bet, right? So you want to place a prize pool of $500 each. So in total, you have $1,000 sitting in the cryptocurrencies inside of this game. The winner gets everything, right? That's how it works as well. In the race horsing or any other game that we see right now in the NFT space.
Yeah,
that's the second part.
But how does it work exactly? Like, let's say that one of the two heroes has better equipment than the other one. Is there a component of
There'll be a matching
ability?
system. There'll be a matching system, right? So you wouldn't be able to play as a level 1 against level 50 player, right? That's how it works. So it will be a special matching system that if you are playing, if you have a level 2 hero, it will also be playing against level 2 or level 3 hero with similar abilities, right? Slightly different, but similar. We try to make a fair system, right? So we don't try to make you problems that you would just play against someone who is much more powerful than you. So we try to make a balanced system that has a lot of different skills that you can execute. And even if you have a level 2 and you're playing against level 5 that you decide to, you can still use some unique NFT abilities, execute them properly, and win the player on the other side, right? And then you win the prize. Besides the prize pool, you also win some rare NFT cards that you can use for the future. How it works, let's say you've got a laser saber, for example, like a laser sword, right? You can only get it inside of the game, right? So if you win 3 battles, you get this card, or you get 2 cards, 2 copies of this card with the laser sword kick or a hit. And then on the screen, on your battle screen, you will see the card line with your different skills abilities. So there will be some free skills that you don't need to spend because it's a part of your hero, it's a part of your character. You can use it all the time. But there will be a section with your unique skills that you can only use as corresponding to the number of copies of NFT that you possess inside of your wallet, right? So if you have 2 cards with this laser sword, you can press on it once, it will kick with the laser sword with a special damage, and then you can do it again. And then once you've done it again, your cards will disappear. So you can only use it twice. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that creates a collectible process, right? So you collect unique skills, you try to preserve them for the later tournaments, for the later championships and things like this. Also, by obtaining certain elements inside of the game, you would be able to access some Easter egg arenas, which are not accessible by anyone, but only a small number of people. It's like mystery arenas, like what was that movie made by Luc Besson? It was The First Player. Remember that? First Player. So we have a huge number of players, but only a small number of players have an access to a particular area, right? And in order to get an access to this area, you have to deserve it, right? So there was a variety of different things and tasks you do inside of this game. Also, there will be some pets like little dragons, little lions, and tigers that will follow you all the way. So you can breed them, you can feed them, you can do a lot of different things inside of the game. And they will basically support you with either certain skills and kicks or as a storage inside of your game as well. That's another thing that comes in. The NFT collectible process is very profitable because once you collect certain cards, you don't need to use them inside of a game. You can just sell them on the NFT marketplace, right? So you can sell it on the secondary market and make money out of it. If it's a very rare NFT card, some people will pay some crazy money for it. And as you would imagine, if there will be a large number of players coming in, those heroes and those NFT cards will be very limited in terms of the supply. So that creates a lot of demand in general. And that's
if I'm not mistaken, you launched all the available heroes already. Today there was the last launch. So how can a newbie come in now after the launch has been completed? Do they have to buy from already on the secondary market, or how does it work?
So yeah, see, it's going to be a deflationary model. What it means is that if we have 6,000 heroes available in the market, but we have 100,000 players willing to play, that creates a problem for us because there are not enough heroes, right? So how would these 100,000 people will get access to the game? There will be a second collection called Sidus Academy, right? the academy will also have heroes with unlimited number of people, right? So there will be 100,000 characters sitting there. You can buy them quite cheaply, and you can access the game, right? However, this original collection would have some special privileges that other collection would never have. First of all, it's a staking. So you wouldn't be able, as an Sidus Academy, you wouldn't be able to stake your hero to earn some passive rewards. The original heroes will have this ability. They would be able to stake their heroes via the shadow staking tag from our side, and they would be able to earn some passive rewards in the form of the cryptocurrency that they can use to buy some extra items from the marketplace. Those original heroes will also have an access to the DAO voting system, which means some crucial and major development stages of this game will be offered to the public to be voted for. So if our community is agreed with the pathway that this game is taking, they will vote yes. If they disagree, they will vote no. That's how DAO works, right? So every hero from the original collection represents one voting power. If you have one hero, you have one voting power. If you have two heroes, you have two voting powers. So, and there will be a lot of different voting processes happening, and you're a part of this very elite, very privileged community members who have this particular right. You would also be able to use your original collection as a collateral. So we have a system called NFT that we are partnering with, and those guys are from Russia, and they've made this system that allows you to wrap up your character inside of another NFT. And then when you wrap it up, you can include and add some cryptocurrency in it. For example, you've got a hero and you want to put some wrapped Bitcoin inside of your hero. Let's say you take one wrapped Bitcoin, you put it inside of your hero, you press unwrap, wrap up, and you wrap up your hero into another NFT. And then you can use this NFT as a collateral. So you can actually borrow money against it or lend it to another player for and get it back whenever you need it, right? So there are whole variations of different things that you can do with your original heroes that you would not be able to do with the secondary, the second Sidus Academy hero characters collection. And obviously, if you participate now, you are supporting us. If you're supporting us, I want to pay a gesture of respect to you as an original holder. So I want to make sure that all of my original holders are happy. If they're happy, I'm happy as well, because they're my original supporters, right? That's how it works. But it doesn't mean it's going to create a lot of unfairness to the new players, because when new players will come in, they'll have a lot of different abilities inside of the game. All of those unfair principles would not work there. Everyone will have an equal right. Everyone will have an equal power, etc., etc. Those original collection and the second collection will have the same abilities inside of the game. However, outside of the game, there will be some differences happening. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a very fascinating model. Like as we know, the NFT space is all about exclusivity. So the fact that you are able to combine this aspect of exclusivity for the original holders and combine it also with the fairness that should characterize every kind of game. It's cool. It's a cool idea. So I wanted to ask you some question from the audience. We have a question about the artists. So what will Sidus Heroes do for current creators and artists over the coming years?
So first of all the money we raise, we basically, every hero is being sold for 0.055 ETH, right? So 0.03 ETH is going to the artist that made this hero, that made this character. So pretty much 60% of the money we raise from this collection is going towards the artists, because we want to sponsor, we want to help these artists to get a foot inside of this NFT industry. And many of those NFT artists are already famous, right? So they're selling their works on the Super Rare Foundation, Nifty, et cetera, right? But besides that, we want to make sure that they're getting paid, right, for whatever they've done. So most of the money goes to them from this collection. That's the first part, that answering your question. The rest of the money goes to towards the development of the game. That's how it works. Basically, with the artists who are participating currently, we want to make sure they're participating in the entire process of creating these games. There will be a lot of things and elements, and like trees, mountains, planets that they have to make inside of the game. I'm sure many of them would be willing to do so, because many of those artists are already NFT hero holders, and they will already possess these voting power. They will possess a lot of different abilities inside of the game, and they will have a lot of abilities outside of the game, which makes them quite unique already. So they're basically the early believers, and besides the money, they have this privilege to be the early start and create this legacy around the Sidus NFT Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now I would like to touch upon another aspect of your project, which is the token. So you have this native token, which is called NFTs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's correct.
And maybe you can explain us a bit more what kind of function it plays within your ecosystem.
So the NFTs token is originated from the NFT Stars app marketplace, right? It's a cross-chain marketplace that we are planning to launch on the Avalanya now. I'm very privileged and appreciating support from Avalanya guys. They're amazing, and we are currently activating our marketplace towards this beautiful chain that has low fees and it works much quicker and better. We're also working towards integrating marketplace towards Polygon, and we work with these amazing guys as well. They're supportive. They're helping us a lot during the AMA sessions and other things as well. So currently, NFTs token will be it's a cross-chain token. First of all, it's currently on the Ethereum network and the Binance Smart Chain, but in the future, it's coming to AVAX and it's coming to Polygon as well, Matic. It's a native token that you can use for things like purchasing NFTs on the marketplace. It's coming up very soon. You would be able to stake some NFTs tokens on the NFT Stars app platform. There will be special farming pools where you can stake your LP tokens and get more tokens with a nice APR. That's another thing you can do with that. NFTs token is being used in the NFT Heroes game as well. So people are able to get the royalty. It's very important, actually. I forgot to mention, by possessing an NFT hero, and if you have $200 in NFTs tokens, you would be able to get 50% of royalty from the entire volume of these NFT heroes, right? So we have 10% royalty being integrated inside of the NFT Heroes collection, which means that if, let's say, we have 1,000 ETH volume of this entire collection, 100 of those ETH will be a royalty. And then 50% of those royalties, which is 50 Ethereum, will go towards our community. Everyone who holds the NFT hero and then $200 in NFTs tokens would be eligible to get a royalty to be redistributed to their wallets. So that's another use case for the NFTs to be eligible to get some royalties. Also, people would be able to get some rewards from their staking in the NFTs tokens in the NFT hero NFT Heroes.app website. People would be able to use NFTs token in the upcoming product called NFT radio.com. It's the new product that we are launching very soon that will basically revolutionize the entire music industry in the NFT space. We are launching a special radio station that is attached to our NFT technology, and people like musicians and singers can upload their music via NFT and upload it to our radio streaming station, which works 24/7 around the world. And then people who listen to this radio and they like some music that was made by a young artist, like a musician or a singer, they can purchase this music using the special reference number that will come up on the screen. And by doing it, we're basically helping those musicians and singers to get rid of those labels and bureaucracy that is happening usually between the actual singer, the creator, and those people, the agents who are trying to sell this music and rip off those poor artists by 50 or 60% fees, right? So the NFT radio will be a pretty cool product. And NFTs token will also be used as a native in-platform currency for you to be able to purchase some favorite music that you like. It's another product. Also, NFTs token can be used in the NFTmaniaquest.com that is coming out very soon. So you'll be able to purchase some tickets to participate in this series of quests and riddles. That's another thing. So there is a lot of different use cases for the NFTs token. And we're trying to create a constant demand for it and make sure that there is a strong support. Overall, we had this marketplace, NFT Stars app was funded by more than 20 different VCs. We had DAO Makers, our investors. We have Avalanya, our investors. We have Pluto Digital Assets. We have Mornington Star Ventures and a whole bunch of other guys. So we're very privileged to be supported by some very good and some very supportive VC funds out there. And we're definitely keep developing this platform towards many different things.
Yeah.
Sorry, totally forgot to mention. In October, we are launching. It's called NFT Stars Augmented Reality application. You can upload it from your App Store or Android. And it's a special application that you will see on your screen, and you will launch it. And it's a gallery made with 7 different rooms, and every room corresponds to a different blockchain. So you would be able to position your phone at the front of your face, the level of your eyes. There will be like a door at the front of you, which you can access. And once you access this door, you're entering a completely new space made of a high quality product with butterflies around, birds flying around. You've got some little, things moving around, and every single painting on the wall or a sculpture, or it's a 3D model of like an Axis Infinity character, anything can be purchased once you press on it. And it's corresponding to a particular blockchain as well. So we have 7 different rooms. Every room is dedicated to a particular blockchain. And there will be some celebrity rooms. So we are planning to work with some big celebrities who wants to make a distinguished AR experience by selling their NFTs. So you would be able, for example, to walk into the Beyonce room, and everything you see is made by Beyonce and based on her objectives, right? So she likes the design, she likes the paintings, she likes like the color of the room. Everything will be made for her to allow her subscribers and fans to enjoy the process of entering this privacy and an amazing space of Beyonce. Yeah, it's just an example, right? I hope Beyonce doesn't mind. Yeah.
I think there is a lot of exciting things coming up on your platform. In order to make the picture more clear for those who are watching now, maybe you want to just briefly go through the main milestones that you want to achieve in the next few months. We know that you already launched your collection. So now, what are the next major steps?
So the next steps,
achieve?
So today we had a public sale. There are still a couple of modificators left. So if you want to upgrade to Hero, you are still more than welcome to visit the NFTheroes.app website and purchase one of the modificators, which is rare or legendary modificator. There's still a couple of left. The next stage will be the 17th of September. We're launching staking functionality, which means you're able to stake your heroes and start earning some native currency, the native cryptocurrency token that you can use to purchase some weaponry and do some different things for that later on. On the 22nd, we are launching, sorry, my bad. On the 17th, it's an upgrading. So which means you can upgrade your hero to a level 2 or level 3. And on the 22nd, we are launching the staking functionality, right? My apologies. In about 2 weeks, we're going to show how the whole game will look. So we're going to show the entire R&D, and then the next few stages will be developed, and in about 3 to 4 months, you would be able to enjoy the game. Not in the full capacity. The full capacity will be kicked in probably by the end of this year, we are looking in the beginning of the next year. So it's about 5 months from today, because the game is a very complicated game. We don't make a pixels game. It's not like you're just making something, that you can just do over a week or 2. The space we're making is quite complicated. There are a lot of arenas. There are a lot of landscapes. There's so much artwork you can't even believe. It's like making the entire world from the scratch. So all of the people that work with us, as I said, more than 200 developers and more than 200 artists are currently working nonstop to create this amazing experience for you to enjoy inside of the game and these amazing landscapes. As I said, everything has to take some time. And I do hope to get a strong community support to wait a little bit until everything is launched. While we're waiting, in about 3 weeks, we're going to launch NFTmaniaquest.com. There will be a series of different competitions, riddles, and puzzles that you have to solve. And there will be over $200,000 in prizes, some valuable NFTs inside of the MetaMask wallet that you can access using the seed phrase. And that seed phrase is hidden inside of the different riddles that you have to solve. And there will be a whole bunch of different prizes as well. So make sure you combine, you team up with someone, or you can just do it yourself. But keep in mind, the NFT Mania Quest is quite tricky. The riddles are made by some, smart people. It could be some mathematicians, it could be some software engineers, it could be some artists. So there are a whole bunch of different tricky things that you have to consider when you solve these little riddles. After the NFT Mania Quest, we're going to launch this collateral that you can use for your hero, along with our business partner, Nifty. And then after that, we're getting approached towards the first launch of the game that you would be able to touch base, to play, to give it a try, enjoy the process. And then there will be an academy launched for the second collection for those people who are willing to get into the game. They're not able to buy one because the heroes, eventually, there will be a limited supply in the market from the original collection. Not many people will be able to buy these heroes from the original collection, the same as Bored Apes. Now the floor price is over 40 Ethereum. So it's very hard for many people to buy them because they're just too expensive. The same will happen with the entire original collection as well. So if you get in now, it's a good chance for you to be a part of this legacy. If you get in later, it's not my problem, right? I'm just letting you know. You still get in, but there will be some limited powers and limited capacity of things that you can do outside of the game with your hero. And yeah, this is the plan so far. So we will constantly, we are very transparent team. We are updating our community every week. We're sharing some updates about the latest developments and things like this. So everything we do, we try to make it in a quality approach instead of a quantity. So quality is essential for us because people enjoy looking, using their eyes. You know, they love to see things, you know, in a beautiful manner, not like some out of control, chaotic stuff. So we want to make sure we do it properly.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think that one of the main beautiful things about NFTs is that it combines something very abstract, like a blockchain, and it makes it beautiful through art, through games, and this kind of elements. So that's something that we're gonna definitely look forward to. For the people that are watching, if you want to get more information about the project, just visit nftheroes.app, which is the website of the project, and you can have a look at how it looks. So I think this is a great moment to wrap up the discussion. Dan, do you have any more statements to make to the viewers?
I do appreciate all of you guys' time that you've allocated to me today. It's a privilege to be in the Cointelegraph. I mean, I know you guys for a very long time. You make an outstanding job. So thank you so much for having me today. I'm privileged to share all of this information with the entire NFT Heroes community. I'm excited to have all of you guys on board. Let's become a part of this massive and historical legacy of creating this amazing fighting game that will definitely change the entire NFT world.
Great. So thanks a lot for everyone for watching. Thank you, Dan, for coming on the show. I'm Giovanni, your host.
Appreciate it.
See you next time.